SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in on a Friday. Michael Borky and Will East with you. Sports Talk Mississippi from the Pearl River Resort Studio. A busy day coming your way. We've got baseball while we are talking to you, and just as a reminder, if you are listening to us right now, there's a good chance you're going to lose us at some point today. So if you do, the SuperTalk app, it's free. It's in the App Store. Download that. You can listen to us there or watch us, supertalk.fm. You can watch us there. And also, if you have a smart TV, we have an app on there as well. You can watch us throughout the day if you lose us on one of the 12 SuperTalk stations that we are on. Baseball will start at 3:30. At least the coverage games start at 4, but the coverage will start at 3:30. So if you lose us, that is how you can find us, and we are so glad that you are with us. A lot to get to today. Joey Aguilar was denied by a judge a 8th year of eligibility. I did not realize that he played 4 years of junior college football, but he was denied. We will react to baseball throughout the day, of course. We've got hockey going on right now. The Americans have a 2-goal lead as the second period begins over Slovakia. The winner faces Canada Sunday morning for the gold medal. The United States has not won a gold medal in the Olympics in a long time, so we'll see if they can pull that off. We've got basketball last night to get to. I have a mea culpa that I want to get to as well today because I said something yesterday that I disagree with. I disagree with myself. And we will get to that and more with you. I do want to start off the top with this, though, before we do anything else. If you have listened to the show long enough, you have heard us have on Wes Rucker, who has covered Tennessee since, I believe, the year 2000, I think is when he first started covering Tennessee. He has always been generous with his time when we have asked. A little inside baseball, booking guests, nobody pays for guests. It's simply when we ask, it's, hey, you got 10 minutes for us, and it's something that people just kind of do out of the kindness of their heart. Hey, Dad and I both kind of have a stance. If you're going to ask, we'll say yes. It's something that you just kind of do, like in the industry, just to help somebody out or get information or whatever. And you would be surprised how many people say no across the board, not just to us, but to everybody. He never did. He was always, yeah, sure, tell me your time. I'll make it work. And he was on this show frequently to talk about, of course, Tennessee. If you have not seen the news, sadly, Wes was killed in a car accident yesterday in Tennessee. He has a young son and also a wife that is expecting a daughter here soon. If you are compelled to help the family out, Hey Dad tweeted a link. It's been shared on my Twitter as well, all over. If you don't have Twitter, simply put, if you go to GoFundMe, it's a fundraiser called Support # or # if you're not perpetually online like we are. Team Rucker, Support Team Rucker is where it is. It is directly benefiting his wife and his family. It's a tragic situation. May he rest in peace, and his family and his young son and his soon-to-be daughter find peace in this most difficult time. It's a very, very sad deal, and again, he was always generous with his time with us, and we just hope his family can find peace through tragedy. We are glad you are with us. The show is brought to you by C-Spire. Your team has you covered on the field. C-Spire has you covered everywhere else. with the best technology for homework and online, backed by 24/7 customer support. Learn more at cspire.com. C-Spire, customer inspired. Whew.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's horrible.
43, new baby on the way, second baby on the way.
Saw Scott Van Pelt gave the family $5,000 of his own money. I mean, a really cool gesture from him. But it's interesting, when you cover an SEC team long enough, fans of other SEC teams will just know you. Whether it's because you were a guest on their favorite podcast or radio show, or the team that you cover beat the team that they like and they didn't like what you wrote about it. I mean, you become kind of popular quickly if you cover an SEC team around the league. It's amazing how many people are just familiar with his work, even though they're not Tennessee fans. And especially lately, I've seen some clips going around of the new show that he's been doing, where he spends a lot of time and has spent a lot of time talking about fatherhood, family, raising a son, that kind of thing. And it's been really wholesome. And I mean, frankly, there's one clip that was going around where I had to think about the way I approach fatherhood. I mean, it just a 30-second, hey, here's what Wes was doing. Yeah. And it made me think. And it's just so sad, because I know that I know how much pride I have in my own son, and I know how confusing it's going to be for his children. It's just tragic. Waffling a little bit because it's hard to contextualize how much of a tragedy something like that is for somebody with a young family, and especially somebody that's been kind to us.
Yeah. But speaking of Tennessee, he covered Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee, you mentioned Joey Aguilar being denied. Kind of a surprise a little bit, I think, for some people. But you and I were talking earlier. We didn't realize how long Joey Aguilar had been in college.
I had no idea that he spent 4 years playing junior college or community college football before he got to Appalachian State, and then, of course, transferred to Tennessee. His first year in college football was 2019, was his first year in college football. It is fascinating, though, because you had a local judge, a Tennessee fan, who during the trial said "we,"
yes, when
talking about Tennessee, still denied his injunction and will not let him play for Tennessee this year. And so, it's interesting when you look at the cases that have gone on. You look at Bediako in Alabama. You look at Aguilar in Tennessee. You look at Pavia in Tennessee. You look at Trinidad right here in the state of Mississippi. Each one of those cases were talked about as, oh my gosh, this is going to change the complexion of college sports. And the sky is falling, everything is burning down, and this will destroy it. Bediako lost in Tuscaloosa County. Pavia won. He only played 2 years of junior college football. Aguilar lost. Trinidad won. What long-term precedent has been set with those cases? I mean, all Trinidad's case was arguing was to get the NCAA to enforce a medical red shirt. And, maybe you could argue that guys are going to try to say that, well, they didn't have any ailments and they deserve another year and things like that. And maybe they'll try. But in terms of the discourse around all of these things, that it's just going to destroy college sports and this is all over, and that really didn't happen. Bediako and Aguilar got denied. Trinidad's case is very hyper-specific to a medical red shirt, which is an existing standard and statute within the NCAA's own rule book that they held up at the trial. I kind of feel like college sports came out of all of these cases okay, if that makes sense.
And so do you think there'll still be these avalanche of...
Oh, people are going to try. When the money is what it is, people are going to try. That's the thing that cracks me up so much about the when Trinidad was trying to get his eligibility is, just give it up. Just go pro. It's like, do you guys understand that he has a $5.5 million contract waiting for his signature the second he wins a court case? What do you mean just give it up? Yeah. As long as that money exists for the players, they're going to continue to try these things. But, I mean, you've seen the commissioner of the SEC put his foot down and say, okay, this is a bridge too far. So it's not like leadership is encouraging all of this anyway, right? Because he stepped in and finally said, okay, enough is enough. This is where we have crossed the line here. And he argued in favor of the NCAA against an Alabama player in the state of Alabama. So I kind of think, again, money's great, too great for players to not continue to try. But the concept of chaos, and we're going to descend into chaos, hasn't happened. Players with questionable cases that would open up floodgates lost. And players that had very hyper-specific things, like Pavia and Trinidad, won. It's not the end of the world.
And I'll tell you, it didn't ruin the college football experience like they argue that it would.
Apparently not. I have a mea culpa. Or mea culpa. Is it me or Maya? I don't know. I have to correct something that I said yesterday, and I will do that when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi just getting started with you on this Friday. So glad you're here.
That's right. From the Bendable Glass.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Hey, it's go time.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Well, say something.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Michael Borky and Will East with you. Somebody in the text line says Aguilar and the guy from Alabama both had those judges at least a smidgen of integrity and ethics. And then he says some derogatory things about the judge here in Mississippi. Here's what I will respond to you with. If you watched the trial and you spent all day watching the trial, which I unfortunately had to, and it was a slog. One thing that the NCAA did not do at all, and I want your honest response to this. One thing the NCAA did not do at all is argue, present a medical opinion, have a medical witness of any kind to refute that he was sick beyond the ability to play football. Now, you can think that he wasn't. They thought that he wasn't. They thought he was good to go. The lawyers did. But what the Chambliss side presented to court was 91 pages of medical documentation that included documents from his coach, a physician at the time, and an associate AD for something or other. I don't remember the exact title, but somebody that worked at Ferris State, all backed up his I was too sick to play story. And they had an ENT to sit on the stand to say, yeah, if I were his doctor, knowing what you have documented for me, I would have acted in this way. That's what the Chambliss side did. In court, the NCAA presented or filed nothing to counter those claims. Nothing. No doctor, nothing to say, actually, I'm an ENT and my practice is in this state, and I've treated guys like that before, and he could have played football. In my medical opinion, he could have played. They did none of that. No filing, nothing, literally nothing. No witness, no doctor, nothing. You tell me that they did an adequate job arguing that he was healthy enough to play. They had a trial with the opportunity to prove that he could have played. And all they did was say, that's it. And so why do you think that he should have lost when they had the opportunity to medically argue, he could have played? And they chose not to. Answer me honestly. Give me your honest answer. If you want to call a judge what you did here on the text line, and we know you, if you want to say that, tell me that the NCAA did their best effort. They put their best foot forward. They tried their hardest, and it was just legal corruption in small-town Mississippi that lost them the case. Because I've talked to attorneys, both that, frankly, the three, my lawyer buddies that I talked to, all three of them went to Ole Miss. But I actually had one reach out to somebody that has no ties to Ole Miss to ask about that part of it. Like, hey, have you had a trial where the defendant had no witnesses at all of any kind? They didn't even argue against what they were arguing? And they were like, no, that's they didn't even try to win. And even my lawyer buddies, who, yes, they went to Ole Miss, said they didn't even try. They didn't try to argue against it. So what do you want a judge to do in a case where somebody brings documents, witness, testimony, and the other side says, what do you want him to do?
Borky, I'll tell you, in my legal history, which is watching a lot of episodes of Dateline, whenever the defense doesn't call a witness, you automatically know they're guilty and they lose every single time. That's what happens. And they didn't even ask, was it Trinidad's mother who got on the stand? I don't even think they asked her a question.
No,
they just made a statement or something.
After her testimony, when it came time for Cross, the NCAA attorney, all he said was, congratulations on raising an outstanding young man, and we have no questions. Which you cannot call his mom a liar. So I understand that. But Marshall, you're right. They provided no evidence at all. So even if you think that he shouldn't have been, which a lot of you on the text line think that, and that's fine. Like a lot of you listening, a lot of State fans think that he should not have been granted another year. You are fine to think that. I'm not telling you you're wrong for having that opinion. I'm not telling you you're wrong for thinking that he could have played or whatever. We all have opinions about things. But when you are presented the opportunity to prove your side and you choose not to, what do you want a judge to do? What do you want him to do? And so, anyway, Southern Miss fan says, please stop Borky with laughing emojis. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It just, I think that the reaction to that ruling did not match what actually happened in the courtroom. It didn't establish a new precedent. It didn't open floodgate. It didn't do any of that.
And a lot of people are looking at these cases as like they're all the same. The Joey Aguilar one from today, the one with the Alabama player from a week or two before that, and they're not all obviously the same. He has different arguments and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, it was good to see Trinidad last night at the basketball game,
taking pictures with the security guards there and everything.
And I guess he got an interview with Stephen A.
They had a private. He and Kiwan and Pete met with him separately, and let's go there next, actually, because there was a big push to get people to go to this basketball game last night. The Ole Miss women facing LSU, a top 10 team, and asking for big crowds, pulling out all the stops, had giveaways, all that. And look, team's really good. And they've been winning games, and they're in position to possibly host in the postseason, which would be a cool thing, and especially because the men are as bad as they are. It was a cool thing to get a lot of people to go to a basketball game, a women's basketball game, in which doesn't draw crowds that size very often. And so you had all of that going on, and then the Stephen A. Smith side. And this is where I want to enter in my mea culpa, and then we'll talk about a little bit of what happened last night and Lane Kiffin taking shots at Coach Yo for some reason. We'll get to that coming up. But yesterday on the show, if you listen, I said that I don't like that Ole Miss is rolling out the red carpet for somebody that sat on their national platform on the SEC's only television partner to say things, not about Ole Miss, by the way. State fans, it was about the state of Mississippi. It wasn't about Ole Miss. It was about Mississippi.
Oh, it was?
He said you can't I'm paraphrasing, but he said the reason that Kiffin should go to LSU is because you can't get black players to play in Mississippi the way you can in Louisiana. among other things. And that's not the first time he's talked like that about the state of Mississippi and Ole Miss. And my position was, don't reward such condescension and ignorance with the red carpet treatment. Now that I saw it happen, and now that it did happen, I was totally wrong yesterday. I've done a complete 180, so my bad, mea culpa. I'm wrong, because what happened yesterday is the same thing that happened to me when I moved to Mississippi. I'm a transplant. The only connection I had to Mississippi before I moved here was my dad had a work conference in Biloxi in the 90s, so he was there for like 4 days. That was it. That's the only member of my family that's ever come to this state before I moved here. I have no connection whatsoever. And as a transplant, seeing somebody talk like that infuriates me. But I came here and saw it for myself. I have members of my family, extended family, that have never been here that still, like, why do you live there? It's like, one of my cousins once asked me about stoplights. It's like, she lives in Ohio. It's like, Mississippi and Ohio are...
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Ole Miss Sports Network.
He's swinging a miss. He struck him out.
Toddy.
You remember Omaha, baby.
This is Ole Miss baseball.
You can forget it because it's out of here. Showers in the outfield. That was a rock job. A towering shot to the wall. Back to back to back. First double play. And the Rebels are out of the inning. Strike 3 called. He got him on a high fastball. And the Ole Miss Rebels are your national champions.
This is Ole Miss baseball on the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield in partnership with SuperTalk Mississippi Media. Our coverage of Rebel baseball begins with the Ole Miss Dugout Show, presented by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. And by Ford, Mississippi Ford dealers and the Ford F-150, official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels. The countdown is on to Ole Miss baseball. Let's go to the broadcast booth with the voice of the Rebels, David Kellum.
This evening from Swayze Field, 16th ranked Ole Miss will put up the 5-0 record against 3-1 Missouri State in Game 1 of a 3-game non-conference set. The two programs will meet on the diamond for the 6th time since 1991. The Rebels won the most recent meeting 12-3 here in Oxford in 2024. But Missouri State, formerly Southwest Missouri State, leads the overall series 3-2. This season, Missouri State has found early success with wins over Lafayette and Oral Roberts, and offensively have hit 300 with 8 homers through 4 games. Today, though, Ole Miss will run out ace Hunter Elliott as Big Game Hunter will aim to stop the Bears. First official year in Conference USA to finish 6th, and that's a great conference. You got Dallas Baptist, La Tech, Kennesaw State. You got Middle Tennessee, Florida National. In fact, it's a spread-out conference, Brad. You got Sam Houston, Liberty, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State, Delaware, all the way out to New Mexico State in that conference.
Yeah, good baseball conference. Anytime you're loaded with teams from the South, it's probably a pretty good chance. But, you know, this team historically, David, has been really good. You know, went to the World Series in 2003 under Keith Gutton, who was there for many, many, many years. And they've just kind of continued that tradition. And this is, I'm telling you, you said it. We've talked to some coaches before this, and I feel like certainly this will be our biggest test of the year this weekend.
Not a program that shies away from the SEC, too. I was looking at their schedule, Brad, down the road. They're going to play a total of 8 SEC games this year. 3 of us, they're going to play Arkansas twice, home and away. They're going to play Missouri twice, home and away as well. So, you know, those are some good competition for them to try to get them ready for postseason.
Yeah, obviously, and they won't be intimidated by the stadium, David. They play in Springfield, and they share that field, or did at one point. I assume they still do with the AA Cardinals, so they play in a minor league ballpark. So certainly the stadium size. Now, crowd could make a difference, right? You get Swayze rocking, it's definitely advantage Ole Miss. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be 3 really, really good baseball games.
Students are starting to fill in. In fact, in right field as we speak, we had 1,918 students last Friday's season opener, marking the largest opening day student crowd since 2022. And so we anticipate a big group of those being out there again here today. You know, it's always a good time for Big Fly. Nicholas Air sponsors Home Runs, the exclusive private aviation part of the Ole Miss Rebels. The next time you fly, hit it out of the park with Nicholas Air. Visit nicholasair.com. And Extra Base Hits, the doubles and triples are brought to you by AnySpark, the most reliable, cost-efficient, lightning-fast internet around. Whether you're streaming the Rebs or surfing the web, Spark offers both residential and business options. Visit AnySpark.com to learn more and register for Spark Internet service. When we come back, we'll get Brad's thoughts about the pitching matchup. We've already told you Hunter Elliott will be on the hill for the Rebels. Get an SEC update and move on in our pregame show on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
The right field terrace isn't just a place. It's a vibe where the red and blue roar among home run showers, sending opponents into delirium and bringing the energy to Swayze Field. This Ole Miss tradition is brought to you by Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 49 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels. Only at your Mississippi Ford dealer. Based on 1977 to 2025 total sales.
Whether it is before you head to Swayze to watch our Rebs play or after the game celebrating a Rebel win, Funky's Oxford is where you want to be this baseball season. With 18 daiquiri machines, an expansive liquor selection, and Oxford's favorite pizza, Funky's is the place to bring your friends, family, and Fido. Rebels play away? We've got you taken care of with full coverage of the Road Rebs on our 15 TVs. From Oxford to Omaha, come hang out at Funky's to make the most of your baseball season.
Play ball.
Swing and a miss! He's struck him out!
This is Ole Miss Baseball from Learfield.
Jack Hoffman here with Tico Steakhouse. My dad started the legacy in Ridgeland in 1989, and I've continued that legacy in Oxford. Whether you're craving a perfectly cooked steak, warm, friendly atmosphere, or a strong pour at the bar, we got a seat waiting for you. 2 locations, 1 legacy. Ridgeland off County Line and Oxford on the Square. The perfect place to celebrate with friends, family, or the special occasion. Come taste the tradition at Tico Steakhouse.
You already know that Madison Cellars is Madison's favorite place to buy wine and spirits since 1988. On Highway 51 in the Madison Station Shopping Center, Madison Cellars has a hometown feel with a big city selection. Do you have a question about which wine to serve with a certain dish? Call 601-856-0931 and let their knowledgeable staff help you find the perfect match. Find out more at madisonCellars.net or stop by today. Madison Cellars on Highway 51 in the Madison Station Shopping Center.
And the Ad Council.
Back in Oxford, they're watering the infield, getting ready for this matchup with Ole Miss and Missouri State. The 16th-ranked Rebels meeting with their head coach in right field as we speak. Don't forget Rebel Stolen Bases this weekend, presented by Wade Incorporated, who's been serving Mississippi as your John Deere dealer since 1909 with 14 locations to choose from. Be sure to visit your nearest Wade Incorporated dealership for all of your lawn, small, and large tractor needs when it comes time to choose. Remember, nothing runs like a Deere. We're going to check out the pitching matchups as well. Brad Henderson's pitching diagnosis is brought to you by St. Dominic Hospital. Know your own vital stats with the online heart risk assessment. Visit stdom.com/healthyheart to get started. We'll go with their guy first, Brad. Michael Yusupchuk, spelled Yusypchuk. You'd have changed your name in the day, right? I don't know if he's got a nickname or not, but he's really good. He's 6'3", 215, a sophomore from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. As a freshman last year, he was their Friday night starter, Brad, for the majority of the season. Led them with 71 innings of work and 14 starts and 1 relief as a true freshman. Second freshman, in fact, in their school history to start an opening day, joining a guy back in 1964 as the first 2 ever. Struck out 63, walked 22, 4-3 with a 5.83 ERA. Struck out 13 batters before issuing his first walk of the season. And they went to state last year, and he fired a 7-inning shutout game with 2 hits and 8 strikeouts in Starkville on February the 21st, becoming the 4th Missouri State freshman ever to be named Missouri Valley Conference Pitcher of the Week for that performance. He tossed a complete game against Belmont as well, so he had a fantastic year a year ago, and he's trying to repeat that this year. He got off to a good start at Louisiana. Brad, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a victory over the Raging Cajuns.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play down there in Lafayette, DK. In that first outing, the Raging Cajuns with a 150 batting average against USUPCHIC. The stuff's good, David. It's 88 to 92 with that fastball. It's got good ride on it. Throw a curveball, a little bit more loopy, kind of a 12-6 in the mid-70s. He'll follow that up with a slider. It'll be around 80 and a changeup in the low to mid-80s. And the thing that makes him unique and kind of special to Missouri State is he'll throw any four at any time. You can't just you get in a fastball count, you may not get a fastball. I mean, he's going to mix it up, and it's a true four-pitch mix. I think what Clem kind of told the guys was, if you get fooled, but don't sacrifice your bat speed. Put a good swing on it, and when he does miss, let's drive it. But, he'll be a good Friday night arm one from Missouri State.
I guess, Brad, does that mean he lands a lot of that? In other words, he can land all those pitches.
Yeah, you talked about
able to do that.
You talked about how he's in the zone and his control. So, yeah, he'll be a good matchup. Now, he's not overpowering, right? He's not going to blow you away with 96, 97, but he's certainly going to keep you off balance.
For Ole Miss, we'll see the 6'3" redshirt junior from Tupelo, Mississippi, left-hander, and that's Hunter Elliott. Of course, had a great sophomore year last year in 17 games, started 16, and just did a fantastic job. Led the team in ERA at 2.94, 197 batting average against, and got his 17th win in this opener this year against Nevada. 5 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits, and a run. Career win number 17 for Hunter Elliott. I think it was right 80 pitches in that contest. We'll look forward to seeing Hunter yet again. Each time he goes out there is fun. This will be the 40th time, Brad, we'll get a chance to look at Hunter Elliott.
Yeah, looking forward to his second start of the season, David, where you remember last week he threw 9 pitches to the first batter, 25 in the first inning, and then really settled in after that. So 88 to 92 with that fastball. Or that plus ride we talk about, it plays up. It plays closer probably to mid-90s than it does 92. The slider has taken a step forward this year. It'd be low to mid-80s. He's going to throw that changeup that's always been an out pitch for Hunter Elliott and been so tough, especially against right-handers. Going to throw a curveball as well in the mid-70s. It's more of a show-me pitch, get me over pitch. But the thing we talk about every time Hunter throws is that he will throw to right and left-handers inside and out. He'll work you both ways, and you certainly have to earn it against Hunter Elliott.
So we're looking forward to seeing the pitching matchup. It's a good one for a Friday night for sure. What about the rest of the SEC? Well, they went 8-0 Wednesday night. The last time we played, the Rebels, of course, knocking off Jackson State 18-3 in a run rule game. LSU won at home against Nichols 12-1. Trent Caraway had a grand slam in the first inning. Georgia beat USC Upstate in Athens 12-6. Ryan Black went 2-for-4 with 2 home runs and 4 ribbies. South Carolina took care of Gardner Webb 12-2 in Columbia. Logan Sutter got a 2-run home run, and Will Craddock reached base all 5 times that game. Alabama had a really good one with Alabama State winning only 2-1 in Tuscaloosa. Bobby Alcock got the win in relief. No runs and 3 strikeouts. Mississippi State took care of Alcorn State, winning 19-0. Blake Beavis had a home run and 6 RBIs for the Dogs. Vanderbilt beat Eastern Michigan 16-2. Riker Waite hit a grand slam and finished with 5 ribbies. And Florida knocked off Stetson at home 9-3. Cash Strayer had a home run and a triple in that game. Dave's got to look at what else is going on as everybody's playing this weekend, Dave.
Yeah, DK, and a couple of interesting games going on right now. One of them at Founders Park, where Army is ahead of South Carolina 9-4 as they go to the top of the 9th inning. Pretty cool weekend. They're doing a Salute the Troops tournament where South Carolina is playing Army today, Navy tomorrow, and Air Force on Sunday. Air Force is also going to go up against Army and Navy this weekend, so kind of a round-robin tournament at Founders Park involving the service academies. And right now the Black Knights are trying to steal one on the road against South Carolina. Meanwhile, in Jacksonville, as part of the Live Like Lou Jacksonville Classic, number 2 LSU down to Indiana 5-4. The Hoosiers have played at 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tigers now batting in the top of the 8th as they look to remain undefeated on the season. Vanderbilt with a 9-5 lead over Marist in the bottom of the 6th inning. Georgia and Samford in a battle of the Bulldogs. Right now, Georgia's up 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning at Foley Field. Number 8 Arkansas playing their home opener up 3-0 on Xavier in the top of the 3rd inning. Number 18 Kentucky's jumped out to a 4-0 lead over Evansville. They're in the top of the 3rd. That was after Kentucky dropped their home opener to Morehead State earlier this week, and they're just underway in Knoxville. Number 13 Tennessee and Kent State are scoreless. And DK will keep an eye on some of those other SEC games that are going on. Like you said, the entire conference in action as we
going to blow up an inning and cost us a baseball game. Beyond that, we've been really good. Just a couple innings.
Talk about this team offensively to this point. What you like?
Like most years, there's some guys that have gotten off to really hot starts and good starts, and that's nice to see. And some guys that probably wish they had a couple better at bats through the 5 games. But overall, we've scored runs, we've put pressure on the team, we've walked when they've walked us, we've gotten hit, we've gotten base runners. I'm happy with it. We just need to continue to get guys hot and in the mix, but that's going to happen throughout the year. There's going to be guys that go up and down kind of like the roller coaster, but you got to have enough guys each game, and so far so good.
Same starting rotation this weekend?
Same rotation, and all 3 of those guys pitched extremely well, I thought, last weekend, and happy with that, but happy with the relievers as well. And look for Calhoun to kind of be stacked right on top of Elliott again today, because I don't see Elliott, regardless of how well he pitches, getting near the end, and obviously Waters and Koenig at the end, but the relievers have pitched well as well.
Coach, we appreciate you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ole Miss, Missouri State coming up. We'll continue their pregame show shortly in the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Hey, when you're hurt, you want a doctor you can trust. That's why athletes across Mississippi, from Ole Miss to high schools statewide, turn to Mississippi Sports Medicine. With 16 locations from Brookhaven up to Hernando, they're the trusted orthopedic team physicians for the Rebels, the MHSAA, and schools all over the state. Their surgeons have performed over half of Mississippi's total joint replacements, while their walk-in clinics and 24/7 online availability make access to care easy. Visit MississippiSportsMedicine.com for more information.
Hey, Rebel fans, for more than 50 years, Mississippi Asthma and Allergies board-certified team of allergists has treated patients by identifying triggers and creating personalized treatment plans. Now with 8 convenient locations across Mississippi, including Oxford, we're right next door when you need us. Treating infants to adults and Ole Miss students. Find our clinic nearest you at msaac.com. Mississippi Asthma and Allergy, helping Mississippi live life to the fullest and allergy-free.
Ole Miss baseball lives here.
Swung on, hit deep to right field, toward the wall, toward the foul pole. It is gone!
On the Ole Miss Sports Network from Learfield.
When words alone are not enough, give the gift that shows how much you really care. A diamond from Albritton's. At Albritton's, every diamond is inspected by our gemologist for its color, cut, and clarity. So regardless if you choose a round, oval, or cushion-cut stone, you will always get the best diamond value at Albritton's. Engagements, anniversaries, or just because. Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant since 1920 is Albritton's, your diamond store.
Albritton's Jewelers.
My doctor's office is awesome. It's where we go when I have a fever or get hurt. Mom says it's so close.
Trust Care Kids is every kid's favorite pediatric clinic. Our caring staff is here for everything from colds and ear infections to routine checkups. Plus, our clinics are kid-approved, packed with interactive games your kids will love. Open late and weekends, too.
There's a new kid on the block.
Trust Care Kids. Get care faster. We're not kidding.
This is Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Ole Miss Dugout Show. It's time now for today's starting lineups, brought to you by Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Series opener on tap between Ole Miss and Missouri State. Here's how the Rebels will line up defensively for this Friday matchup. Going from left to right in the outfield is Daniel Pasella, Hayden Federico in center, Tristan Becerra in right. Then on the infield, it's Judd Utermark at third base, Braden Randall at short, Dom Deckers the second baseman, Will Furness is at first base. The catcher is Austin Foley, and Hunter Elliott gets the start for the Rebs. We'll have the Bears starting lineup and the first pitch coming up next on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Today's starting lineups have been brought to you by Atmos Energy, your natural gas company. The first pitch is coming your way next as Ole Miss baseball continues right after these messages.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C-Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions. All backed by local 24/7 support. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hitting them long and touching them all.
Yes, sir, baby. That ball is out of here.
This is Ole Miss Baseball from Learfield.
We've sent that Rip Van Winkle guy to the dentist.
Hey, what? Hey, what?
And what's worse than a trip to the dentist? Your wife's paint project that you've put off. Let Seabrook Paint in Jackson and Ridgeland find that Benjamin Moore paint and a contractor that will get you back doing the important things in life, like grilling and watching sports. Seabrook, Benjamin Moore Paint, and a happy wife, happy life. Seabrook Paint in Jackson on Monument and in Ridgeland on West Jackson.
First down.
Jack Hoffman here with Tico Steakhouse. At Tico Steakhouse, tradition is always on the menu, and now that tradition lives in 2 locations. Ridgeland off County Line Road and in Oxford on the Square. Known for the finest cuts of meat, the perfect sear, and hospitality that feels like home, Tico's is where memories are made every day. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion, hosting a big game win, or even simply enjoying a great meal with friends and family. Tico's
kid hit 20 home runs as a freshman.
Yeah. First and second with no outs. Here's Tag Gallett. So they are going to go look at that. So they'll see for sure. But Bogenpole will get to first base. In fact, coming in, 9th all-time Missouri State with 112 career walks as well. Had 53 as a freshman, the school record 55 last season. He needs 43 to break the record. And then got a 20-game hitting streak. He's really a good player. We'll talk more about him as the weekend progresses. But it looks like he's going to be at first base hit by the pitch, and it'll be first and second and no outs.
Yeah, I think so, David.
3-hole hitter. As we mentioned, is Tag Gallert. Gallert spells his first name Tag, T-A-E-G. That's a good baseball name, huh? Tag, spelled T-A-E-G. Gallert, G-O-L-L-E-R-T. He's a Canadian. Hunter Elliott's going to take a few more warm-up pitches while they wait and look at this. We've seen some replays. I don't know. I don't see anything that could overturn it at this point. Hunter really thought it hit the bat.
Well, it sounded like it did. I don't know if he had something protecting the top of that hand or not, but
surely so, because that would have hurt. He's looking at his arm, or maybe it hit
his watch.
Yeah, he's got one of those. Yeah, he's got one of those watches on.
But I think this will stand.
The crew chief is David Ewell. He'll give us a call.
After review, the batter was hit by the pitch. He is awarded first base. Ole Miss has 1 challenge remaining.
Well, we burned one early today, didn't we? I think it was worth burning because it just, first view, it didn't seem like it hit him. Well, Missouri State's got something going here in the top of the first against Hunter Elliott. First and second, no outs for Gallert. Right-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher. We'll see if he's going to move him over or swing away. Hunter checks the runners. He's not bunting, and that one drifts to the outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 286 hitter, no homers, and 7 RBIs. Missouri State has the Mississippi State uniform. They're wearing gray pants with a maroon top, maroon hat. That'll give you more reason to dislike them, I guess, huh? White number on the back. Rebels wearing their navy blue here this evening. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled away. White pants, navy blue top, navy blue hat with a red M. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gallert. Gallert third in program history with 61 doubles. The record is 67, so he's got a shot at that. Has 60 career multiple hit games. They've got a few key pieces back. That's a line drive caught by Udemark. He had to dive for it, Brad, so he was on his knees. He thought about throwing to second to Decker, but changed his mind.
Yeah, it was a great play by Judd. We saw him flash the leather in some midweek games this week. That time he dives to his left, and the smart play right there. He had no shot really to double off. Rossler at second base, so he puts it back in his pocket. But this game's crazy, isn't it, David? You lead off the game with a squibber through the 4-hole, and that guy just hits a rocket that gets gloved. All evens out, I guess.
You play your whole baseball career saying this game's not fair. There's some truth to that. Bobby Atkinson now will bat. Lefty on lefty. Swing and a miss. Tried to pull a breaking ball that was falling away from him. He's hitting only 143 on the young season. The first baseman has a home run and 4 RBIs. He played last season at Bradley and was second team all Missouri Valley Conference at a different school in the conference. And as we mentioned, too, Missouri State has left the Missouri Valley after like 35 years, and now they're in Conference USA. 0-1 to Atkinson. Elliott delivers. That's inside, and that hit him. Wow, he's hit 2 in the inning, and the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, both left-handers. And Missouri State will go left, right, the whole lineup, or I guess the other way around, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And he's hit the 2 left-handers.
So Atkinson is aboard. First, second, third bases loaded with 1 down for the 5-hole hitter, catcher Carter Bergman. 333 hitter, a home run, 1 RBI on the young season. Right-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. 92 fastball up and by. Hunter's got a great spin rate. The 92 works like an upper 90 for him often. People just constantly seem to be late on it. Bergman with a big cut. He's a 6th-year player. And he's been around. Third school for him. He was at Missouri, Iowa, and now at Missouri State. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. He took that one looking. Spent 21 through 24 at Missouri, and last year at Iowa. Played in 37 games for the Hawkeyes and hit 234, but did have 7 home runs. 21 ribbies a year ago, and decided to come to Missouri State. He played 2 years at Missouri and was redshirted 2 years, but did not face the Rebels in any games. They appeal to first base on a check swing on that one and misses up and taken for a ball. Tried to get him to chase a high fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bergman up with the bases loaded in 5 collegiate seasons. 232 average. He does have 14 career home runs. You don't want him to get one here. Bases full, 1 down, a 1-2 pitch. Low inside, and that hit him in the foot. And Hunter Elliott's hit 3 in the first inning, and that'll get a run home. Bergman will go to first, pick up his 2nd RBI of the year. Atkinson goes to second. Bogenpole goes to third. Wrestler steps on the plate. Single, hit batter, line out, hit batter, hit batter.
And that'll bring Joel Mangrum out, the pitching coach. Settling down a little bit. Man, you had him 1-2 right there, DK.
Yeah. Let him get away. I was going back. Hunter has hit 25 career coming into this year. He hit 15 a year ago. And so he'll do that occasionally, but 3 in an inning, that's a whole different place to be, so to speak. Hunter Elliott last week did not hit a batter against Nevada in the opener. Coach Mangrum, pitching coach for Ole Miss, will go back to the dugout. Still an opportunity for Missouri State to open this game up. Bases loaded, 1 down. 6-hole hitter D.H. Max Knight will be the batter. 333 average, a home run and 2 RBIs. He was a National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association All-American last year. They've got some players that have been decorated and have done some good things. Lefty on lefty. Elliott kicks and delivers to him, and that one's fouled away for strike 1. Fastball at 91. Knight's one of 2 of their two-way guys. He's the only player nationally to pitch at least 45 innings, get 55 strikeouts, and offensively produce 45 RBIs a year ago. He also went 10 of 12 in stolen bases, so he's a legitimate two-way guy. We may see him on the hill as the weekend progresses. 0-1 to Max Knight. And a pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike tonight. And he was named preseason All-Conference USA as well. Bogenpole at third. Gallert lined out, so Atkinson at second. Bergman at first. 1 run in, 1 out, 1-1 tonight. And his pitch. Lunges at that one, fouls it off third base side. He goes out of play for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Max Knight. In fact, Max Knight was the two-way John Olerud Player of the Week in Week 1 this year. Hit a walk-off home run against Lafayette and earned the winning decision of the Bears' 11-0 run rule win against Missouri a year ago. He's done some good stuff in his career. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a breaking ball away. I'm glad he didn't pitch inside on him.
That was a good slider we had talked about. It's a bit harder this year than it was last year as far as the velocity goes. He starts it out right down the middle of the plate. You see the sweep away from the left-handed hitter. And Hunter will record his first strikeout of the day.
And with that strikeout, remind you all strikeouts recorded by Ole Miss pitchers are brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. New home and auto rates, same great service. Farm Bureau, go with the home team. Bases loaded, 2 down now. This will be the 18th pitch for Hunter Elliott coming up as he faces Sutherland. Sutherland hits a fly ball to left field, pretty well stroked. Over toward the line is Pasella. It's going to hit and will be a foul ball just left of the line in the left field corner. Woo, what a break for the Rebels there. Man, at first I thought it might have a chance, and then you realized it was not going to go out, and then you thought it might hit in the corner. We watch a replay here. We got a little bit better angle from the camera than we had. Gracious. Into what, a foot?
Maybe, yeah. I'm like you. I thought it had a chance to get out of here and be a grand slam, and then I thought, uh-oh, that's going to be a double down in the corner and probably score all 3 runs.
And now it's just a strike. A scary strike nonetheless. Curry Sutherland, a two-way guy the last 2 seasons as well for Missouri State, the guy at the plate. We'll see him pitch as well. The 0-1 takes it high for ball 1. He's a big guy. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sutherland stands in at 6'5", 225 out of Rogersville, Missouri. Played third base and pitched 17 innings in relief a year ago. Hit 9 homers and had a 2.65 ERA. His numbers from last season. 1-1 to Sutherland. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. Late on that one, Brad. It was 82.
Yeah, it looks like the changeup again. Just got him way out front. So the first pitch he saw as well was a changeup. But that one diving away from Sutherland. Hunter throws 2 separate changeups. One's kind of a drop-type splitter. The other one's kind of arm side away from a right-handed hitter. That's what you got right there.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He escaped the inning, only giving up 1 run. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, good bounce back right there by Hunter. A little bit of control issues. You kind of see a smile on his face as he walks off the field, but good to kind of minimize the damage right there by Hunter Elliott.
They get 1 run on 1 hit. Hunter hit the bases loaded, but then he left them there as he gets a couple of strikeouts to walk off the mound. And after a half an inning, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left. Missouri State's taking a 1-0 lead here in Game 1. Bottom of the first coming up on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Ole Miss fans, college baseball is here. So grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis Lager to watch your team hit it out of the park. Whether you're at the
umpire was fooled on it, I guess, or he liked it for some reason. 1-1 to Udemark. Hitting third. And on deck is Will Furnace, the first baseman for Ole Miss. Senior left-handed hitter from Nacogdoches, Texas. The 1-1 to Udemark. Off speed inside and hit him. He just stood there and took it. All right, 4 have been hit already. We've played an inning plus.
Yeah, it's just a curveball. It didn't break, David. No need to get out of the way. It's 74 miles an hour.
Tristan Becerra is hitting 4th in the game. The right fielder bats and throws left-handed. Senior from Greenville, South Carolina. Clemson transfer. The 5-hole hitters Colin Reuter, the DH. Right-handed hitting senior from Olive Branch, Mississippi. Originally started his career at BYU. Hitting 6th is Daniel Pasella, the left fielder. Bats and throws left-handed. Senior from Mundelein, Illinois. Transfer from Illinois State. Furnace waiting on his first pitch. Takes it away for ball 1. Will Furnace, who got off to a hot start Game 1, is now hitting .267. No homers, 3 RBI. Still looking for his first homer of the year. After Pasella, hitting 7th is the Rebel catcher Austin Foley, right-handed batting junior from West Palm Beach, Florida. Came to Ole Miss last year from Kentucky. Just missed away. The ball pops out of the glove of Bergman, but rolls in front of the plate. Nobody advances, so a 2-0 count to Furnace. The 8-hole hitter is Braden Randall, the shortstop. Left-handed hitting junior from Rockwall, Texas. And batting 9th for Ole Miss is Hayden Federico, the switch-hitting center fielder, who throws right-handed, the sophomore from West Monroe, Louisiana. So that's a Rebel lineup. 2-0 to Furnace. Swung on, ground ball left side, shortstop dives, bats it down, keeps it on the infield, but it rolls away from him. No chance to make a play. So Furness is going to reach on an infield single, and the bases are loaded. No outs, Hindu.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Will. He just committed to the approach, right? He knew he was going to get a bunch of off-speeds. He gets a 2-0 slider away and just goes with it. Not much Ryan can do it short. He had to dive toward it in the 6-hole. Probably wasn't going to throw Will out anyway, but now an opportunity for the Rebels with the bases loaded.
Ducks on the Pond, presented by Service Specialists. Go to ServiceSpecialistLTD.com for all of your recruiting and staffing needs, or call 601-898-1085. Here's the pitch to Becerra. He takes it low inside for ball one. Tristan Becerra, the right fielder. He's making this game look real easy right now, Brad. He's hitting .529, second on the team. He has 3 home runs already, which leads the team, and leads Ole Miss with 12 runs batted in. He's got a chance to get some more. Swung on, line drive, base hit to right, and he'll do that. Decker will score. Udemark will round, but they'll hold him as it was very shallow. The right fielder, Gollert, did a good job of coming up and firing it back in. So Becerra gets an RBI single. That's his 13th ribby of the year, and we're tied at 1-1. Still no outs with the bases loaded.
He got a fastball that time. Tried to get in on his hands and did just a little bit, but Tristan Becerra so strong, able to muscle that into right field. Still nobody out for the Rebels.
More Ducks on the Pond. Again, presented by friends at Service Specialists. Give them a call, 601-898-1085. Here is Reuter with the bases full and no outs. And a pitch. Takes the strike. Those outside 2 balls. Wow. This is the plate that Brad and them used to have to deal with. 0-1 to Reuter. Reuter leads Ole Miss with a .538 average. A home run and 7 RBIs. He's DHing in this one. Righty on righty. Swing and a miss. 82. Swung over the top of that for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Reuter. Yusupchuk trying to get out of this frame. In a mess. First 4 have reached. Double, hit batter, single, single. The 0-2 to Reuter. Swing and a miss. Late on that one at 82. Strikes out. 1 down.
Yeah, hard slider right there. That one's in the zone. That's a good pitch to swing at. He just swung through it. But one thing I've noticed so far, DK, if you're offensively for Ole Miss, you got to make the ball be up from usage. He wants to try and get you chasing that stuff down in a way. You got to see it up.
Here's Pacella. Daniel Pacella's the left fielder, 231 hitter, a home run and 4 RBIs. They put a 3-man shift to the first base side of the infield, if you will. There's a breaking ball called a strike. That was a little bit low. You hear the fans' reaction. This zone is the biggest one we've seen so far this year by far. 0-1 to Pacella. And a pitch. Low inside for ball one. 1-1 to Daniel Pacella. Pacella, Baseball America named him the 47th best transfer nationally. He came to Ole Miss from Illinois State, where we got Luke Chang from as well. He had 2 sac flies and a homer against Decker and Murray State in a 7-1 win last season. They faced each other. We were glad to get both of them, 2 outstanding players off those 2 teams. Now at Ole Miss. Home plate umpire, Alfredo Burkeen, goes up and points at the elbow protector of Pacella. He wanted him to readjust that a little bit. 1-1 to Pacella, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Jammed him inside on that one, 86. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pacella. You just want something in play right here. This is the key at bat. You'd like to see him make contact. You'd like to see him roll one through the left side, wouldn't you, with that big shift. As Ryan, Sermonelli, and Atkinson on the right side. Swing and a miss, off speed away, and struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. Well, very similar to Hunter Elliott being in trouble in the top of the first. Yusupchuk is trying to get out of this mess.
Yeah, good location. I think that was the changeup away from Daniel Pacella.
It's hard to tell what's what, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's all kind of in between that 78 to 92, and he throws 4 different pitches in those. You know, it's just hard to pick up, but good location right there from Yusupchuk.
The catcher, Austin Foley, hitting .267, no homers, 1 RBI, looking for his first homer of the year. Takes a strike. Count 0-1 to Foley. Utermark at third, Furniss at second, Becerra at first base with 2 down after the first 4 reached. He has struck out 2 in a row, swinging 0-1 to Foley. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. That was way outside. He chased it, came up empty. He struck out 7 last week against Lafayette. The 0-2 to Foley. That's downstairs low for ball 1, 1-2. Good block up there by Bergman. Mike Clement coaching in the third base box. Chris Clary in the first base box for Ole Miss here. 1-1 game, bottom of the first. The 1-2 to Foley. And a pitch. Swung on deep to left field. That's got legs. It's out of here, and it's a grand slam. He got all of that one, and the Rebels go up 5-1.
Well, he made a mistake. He knew it, David. Off the bat, he just put his head down. Ball had no chance of staying in the yard. 403 feet into that left field berm. 108 off the bat for Austin Foley. Boy, you can breathe now. You know, after he gets 2 big strikeouts, you're thinking, man, he's going to kind of get out of this like Hunter did, but he hung it, and a no-doubter from Austin Foley.
The grand slam from Foley, his first home run of this year. And, boy, that was huge, obviously, in the game. 4th hit of the inning. And it wasn't like he looked real good on the previous pitches in that at-bat, Brad. Only takes 1, that's what they say. This one's popped up foul third base side. That will trickle into the stands or float into the stands from Braden Randall, the left-handed hitting shortstops. Off to a great start, hitting .357, no homers, and 3 runs batted in. Randall had a big game in the win over Missouri State in 2024. He was 2 for 4 with a triple, a single, a walk, and led the team with 3 runs. The triple was an oppo shot in the left field corner. This pitch misses for a ball. 1-1 to Randall. With that home run, don't forget, it's always a good time for a big fly. Nicholas Ayer sponsors our homers. That one's called a strike, and a count 1-2 to Randall as the 8th man to come up here in this inning. Now they're going to put a shift on him. And man, look at the left side. They got the third baseman pulled toward the second base bag, and the other 3 on the other side. That's up and in for ball 2. That is about as dramatic a shift as you'll see. The whole left side of the infield. If he could bunt it that way, of course, he's got 2 strikes. You'd be out if you don't hit it fairly. Foley's home run, by the way, was his 24th career. Remember, he hit 21 for the Rebels last year, 2 at Kentucky. Ground ball to first. Scooped up there by Atkinson. He'll step on the bag for the out, and that will end the inning. But the Rebels, thanks to a grand slam by Foley that flipped this game, the Rebels pick up 5 runs. They managed in the inning 4 hits. There were no errors and nobody left. After 1, Ole Miss leads Missouri State 5-1. Inning number 2 coming up. This is Rebel Baseball from Learfield.
You already know that Madison Cellars is Madison's favorite place to buy wine and spirits since 1988. On Highway 51 in the Madison Station Shopping Center, Madison Cellars has a hometown feel with a big city selection. Do you have a question about which wine to serve with a certain dish? Call 601-856-0931 and let their knowledgeable staff help you find the perfect match. Find out more at MadisonCellars.net or stop by today. Madison Cellars on Highway 51 in the Madison Station Shopping Center.
Hey guys, this is Schaefer Davidson and my wife Lori, owners of Davidson Marble and Granite of Canton, Vicksburg, and McGee. We also have Davidson Monument Company of Forest and Kosciuszko, as well as Central Mississippi Monument Company of Carthage and Louisville.
We offer a variety of granite, marble, and bronze headstones. We are back to pre-pandemic lead times with gray granite running approximately 2 to 3 months.
We are a third-generation family-owned business serving Mississippi since 1937. Check us out on Facebook or at DavidsonMarbleandGranite.com.
Five to 1 Ole Miss leads as we head to the second inning of this one. In the latest Military Times Best of Vets ranking, the University of Mississippi was named the top school for the veterans in the SEC and a top 5 institution nationally.
From 83 to 2024.
Check swing right back to Elliott. He has it. He'll throw to second for 1, and Decker thought about going to first. Didn't have enough time to turn 2. So Ressler's going to reach on a fielder's choice, and Ryan out at second. 1-4 for the second out of the inning. Yeah, he told me he got thrown out here one game. I don't know if that's one I didn't call or what, or I just don't remember it.
Yeah, he was firecracker now, and he demanded a lot of his players, and he is well respected in the baseball coaching world.
He was here. He said one year it was freezing cold as the 6th inning got thrown out. I said, Coach, you sound like you did it on purpose. I'm not answering it. Bogenpole, the batter. Strike on the inner edge. Left-handed hitting center fielder was hit by a pitch in the first. 5-1 Ole Miss leads thanks to a grand slam in the first inning by Austin Foley. He had a grand slam last year against South Carolina, his first career. This one misses high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I was trying to see. I don't think he had one after that. So this is his second grand slam of his career. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bogenpole. Notorious for walks is Bogenpole. Takes that one away for ball 2, which means he's got a good eye and people try to pitch away from him. But he's got 112 career walks, as we mentioned when he came up earlier. That's 9th best all time at Missouri State. 53 as a freshman and a school record 55 last season. And needs 43 to break the record. So if he has another 50 year, he'll do that this season. The 2-1 low, blocked up nicely by Foley, and it counts 3-1 to him right now. Constantly on bases, this big guy, Brad. He's reached safely in 70 of his last 71 games played. He's currently on a 21-game reach base streak, and he's already done it in this one.
Yeah, that's right, David. You talked about those walks. I mean, that's essentially basically 1 a game. That's an astounding number.
3-1 to Bogenpole. Stepping to throw to first, and the runner's back. Even though he's got the big streak going now, he did have a 50-game reach base streak at one point in his career. Preseason All-American and All-Conference USA preseason. One of the better players in the country, Caden Bogenpole. Little infield looking for a double play ball. That's up and over his head. He ducked it for ball 4. Well, there's a walk for him there. First and second, 2 down. 2 walks, 3 hit batters, 5 free passes now for Elliott. He's got 2 outs with 2 men aboard for the 3-hole hitter, Tag Gollert. This will be his 38th pitch coming up right now. Gollert hit a line drive to the third baseman, Udemark, in the first. We've got a pretty good shift with Randall and Udemark toward the line on that side, and the second baseman, Decker, is playing up the middle on the shortstop side, so we're shifting him big. This one misses up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Tag Gollert. And now Foley wants to go out and visit with Elliott for a moment. Gollert has had a 16-game hitting streak in his career. You just go up down and they've got all these big notes, and we watch them in BP, Brad, and they look really impressive swinging at BP. A lot of home runs.
Yeah, they're a physical team, David. They came in with 8 home runs, and they were from 8 separate guys. So, I mean, they can get you anywhere in the lineup.
And we're hitting 300 coming in tonight, even though it's a small sample size. They've played 2 pretty good opponents, though, in Lafayette and Oral Roberts. 4 for 6 in stolen bases, 968 fielding percentage early, 4.62 ERA. Opponents hitting only 246 against their staff, 38 strikeouts, and they've given up only 2 home runs as a staff. 1-0 to Gollert. The meeting is over. Elliott checks his runners with 2 down, delivers. Swing and a miss. Ooh, that was like the yo-yo. That ball was headed back to him, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the good one for sure.
Change up.
It's good to see him get ahead, or even the count up, but he's falling behind on a lot of hitters, David, and that's kind of put him behind the 8 ball.
40th pitch coming up right here. The 1-1 to Gollert. Elliott delivers. Change up away for ball 2, 2-1. Three games with Ole Miss and Missouri State this weekend. Got a lot of other things going on we'll talk about as well, but Rebels and the Bears playing tomorrow at 2. We'll be on the air at 1:30. Sunday at 1:30. We'll be on the air at 1. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Came back with that changeup like on the hands again, maybe. 2-2 count.
Yeah, he was sitting dead red fastball on both of those counts, 1-0 and 2-1, and didn't get it. Got the changeup both times, just swung through them.
First and second, 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gallert. Elliott trying to get out of the frame. Checks his runner at second and delivers. Misses away on a changeup. The count now is full. Good crowd on hand. The students have the student section beyond the right field wall just absolutely packed. Look at that, Brad. Gracious. Bunch of them out there. Sun has left us. Got kind of overcast sky. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 81 on what looked like another changeup, Brad.
Yeah, he stayed with it, David. A nice job by Hunter Elliott. Had a little trouble with a couple of walks, but able to get out of it. The Rebels will carry a 5-1 lead into the bottom of the second.
No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second, as Brad mentioned, 5-1 Rebels. 9-hole hitter Hayden Federico will lead off. Then the top of the order when we come back. This is the Ole Miss Radio Network.
The right field terrace isn't just a place. It's a vibe where the red and blue roar among home run showers, sending opponents into delirium and bringing the energy to Swayze Field. This Ole Miss tradition is brought to you by Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 49 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2025 total sales.
Hey, when you're hurt, you want a doctor you can trust. That's why athletes across Mississippi, from Ole Miss to high schools statewide, turn to Mississippi Sports Medicine. With 16 locations from Brookhaven up to Hernando. They're the trusted orthopedic team physicians for the Rebels, the MHSAA, and schools all over the state. Their surgeons have performed over half of Mississippi's total joint replacements, while their walk-in clinics and 24/7 online availability make access to care easy. Visit MississippiSportsMedicine.com for more information.
Hitter Hayden Federico will lead off for Ole Miss. Top of the order, Dom Decker and Judd Udemark, as the Rebs are up 5-1 in this baseball game with Missouri State. Wade Incorporated has been serving Mississippi as your John Deere dealer since 1909. They've got 14 locations to choose from. Be sure to visit your nearest Wade Incorporated dealership for all of your long, small, and large tractor needs. When it comes time to choose, remember, nothing runs like a Deere. Federico will bat left-handed against a right-handed pitcher. Hayden's the center fielder with a .308 average, no homers, 3 RBIs. Right-hander Yusupchuk kicks and delivers. And the first one swung at and popped up. Left side, shallow left field. Left fielder drifting in. Wrestler now running after, reaches with a glove, fingers forward, and catches it right off the about knee level. That ball almost fooled him there, but it is an out, 1 away.
That's a backspin on it. David was coming back towards the infield. Just an late underhanded grab, but able to make the catches. Rosler.
And with 1 down, top of the order, Dom Decker led off the bottom of the first. First pitch he saw, a double past the first baseman. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes the fastball inside for ball 1. 1-0 to Decker. You look at the game, and we're talking about 2 different last pitches, or 2 different 1 pitches, if you will. This one's in there for a strike in the first inning. So in the top of the first, Hunter's in all kind of trouble. He's hit a batter to get a run home. He hit 3 in the inning. He strikes out a guy, and he's got a 1-2 count to Sutherland. Here's the pitch, ground ball right side. That's going to be through for a base hit. Decker's 2 for 2 as he slipped that one past Sermonelli, the second baseman. That'll be the 5th hit for Ole Miss.
Trying to sneak a fastball in on him, David. Nice job getting the hands there, staying through it.
Elliott on that 1-2 pitch in the first got Sutherland to swing through it and strike out. And then Yusupchuk in the bottom of the first gives up a double, hits a batter, single, an RBI single. Then he strikes out 2. And he gets Foley to a 1-2 count. He needs one more strike to also wiggle off, and Foley drives it over the left field wall for a grand slam. That's the difference in this game right now. Run at first, one down. Here's Udemark. Judd hits a shot to left field. If it stays fair, that one's out of here down the line and gone. 2-run jack for Judd Udemark. His 4th of the year, and the Rebels extend the lead to 7-1.
Well, the location was pretty good. It was down and in, but we talked about the velocity wasn't going to beat us. And Judd able to get the barrel there, 105 off the bat, 373 feet on the distance. The Rebels have now exploded in these first 2 innings. Put up 7 runs already.
2 more homers. You know, we have now on the season managed to get 12. And we're playing in the 6th game. Kind of felt like that would be part of the offensive MO. 1 down, nobody on. Furness to bat. He takes the strike, and the count is 0-1 to Will Furness. He had singled, scored a run back in the 1st. So Judd Udemark with his 4th homer, his 33rd of his career. Furness still looking for his 1st. There's a strike, and he's down 0-2 in the count. There's another Nicholas Ayer, big fly. The 0-2. Swung on. Line drive center field. Wow. I just love Will's swing. He made a mistake, kind of left it up and in. And Furness jumped all over it. Gets the single to center field. He's 2 for 2 in the game. 7 hits for the off-speed pitch. He swung through it and strikes out. 2nd out of the inning. He has struck out twice to Reuter. 3 Ks now for Yusufchuk. And he'll face Pasella. Daniel Pasella struck out swinging at a 1-2 pitch in the 1st. Left-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. We'll put a shift on him. 3 infielders on the first base side. There's a strike call, and the count 0-1 to Pasella. At the belt, the 0-1. Way inside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that was kind of like a setup pitch, David. He's worked Daniel away. His first at bat, pretty soft away. Right there, kind of a show-me pitch inside with the fastball. See if he goes back to the breaking stuff on the outer half.
Ready in the 1-1. Comes back in on him. A little slow roller to second base. Gloved there by Sermonelli. He'll flip to first for the out, and that will end the inning. So after getting up 2 more base runners after the home run, he gets out of the frame. No further damage, but Ole Miss gets 2 more. 2 runs on the 2-run homer by Udemark. The Rebels had 4 hits in the inning, have 8 in the game now. No errors and 2 men left stranded. We put 2 in the books, and Ole Miss is on top. 7-1. This is Rebel Baseball from Learfield.
My doctor's office is awesome. It's where we go when I have a fever or get hurt. Mom says it's so close.
Trust Care Kids is every kid's favorite pediatric clinic. Our caring staff is here for everything from colds and ear infections to routine checkups. Plus, our clinics are kid-approved, packed with interactive games your kids will love. Open late and weekends, too.
There's a new kid on the block.
Trust Care Kids. Get care faster. We're not kidding.
Albritton's Jewelers. When love requires a gift, nothing says it better than Albritton's. Since 1920, we've been part of your family. From weddings and anniversaries to holidays, we've been there for every special occasion. At Albritton's, we value your trust. Every gift, whether large or small, is a reflection of our commitment to quality and excellence. There's a reason we're still Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant. Let us show you why. Albritton's Jewelry, 4460 Old Canton Road in Jackson.
Albritton's Jewelers. By the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Missouri State will bat here in the top half of the 3rd, 4, 5, and 6. Atkinson, Bergman, and Knight. With the Rebels leading 7-1 through 2. Missouri State has 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, 5 men left, but they've been helped out with 5 free passes by Hunter Elliott, but none of those have scored. One led to push a guy to the plate. Ole Miss has 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. Hunter Elliott back on the hill, sitting on 43 pitches as he'll work in this frame. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Atkinson hit by a pitch in the first, got to second left-stranded. Left-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. Elliott kicks and fires. Fastball up and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 to Atkinson. Off speed high for ball 2. 2-0. Staying behind, Brad. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a feel thing, I guess, DK. He's done that pretty much the entire ball game. Pitch from behind. Just doesn't have a good feel for the zone right now.
Ready in his 2-0. Just away, ball 3. 3-0 to Atkinson leading off. Atkinson not only is all Missouri Valley last year, he was Missouri Valley Scholar Athlete of the Year. So he's a smart dude, dude. I never won one of those, did you? The 3-0 shows bunt. Misses way inside, ball 4, and he walks. 100. None of those were close. I mean, it was obvious ball. So a 4-pitch walk is the 3rd walk of the game. He's hit 3. That's 6 free passes for Hunter Elliott.
Yeah, now I get the bullpen stirring just a little bit, David. Talking with Joel Mangrum before the game, they were going to cap his pitch count at 85, and obviously not close to that, as this will be pitch number 48. But the strikes have not been there.
That one's in there for a strike. He had a 3-hit batter, 3-walk game against Jacksonville State last year.
He's at 50% on strikes. He's thrown 48 pitches, 24 of them have been strikes.
Against Kentucky last year, 3 walks, 4 hit batters. Fly ball left field, pretty well stroked. They're going toward the wall. Federico goes up. Can he get it? He did not. It goes over the wall, I believe. They haven't. Yeah, it's a 2-run home run. Had to wait. The runners were waiting, too, as Federico could not pull it back in. So 2-run shot for Bergman. And Missouri State's got it back to 7-3. Bergman's 2nd home run of the year.
Man, what an effort by Hayden Federico. I'd love to see a replay of that. But that's what happens when you fall behind. You walk the leadoff guy. This guy just goes up and gets a fastball. He's actually out of the zone.
Yeah, it was like up and in, wasn't it? I thought he had it for a moment. Then you saw the kids keep running for the ball. Ooh, he was close to robbing that one. Great effort by Federico, who's an infielder by trade, playing in center field. Would be our favorite man.
Got a birthday today?
He's got a birthday today.
I bet he's out there somewhere.
This one's fouled away. He's right field. Remember, we talked about the guy with the shorts on in right field, like the only student out there, and it's like 10 degrees, and he's sitting out. It wasn't that cold, but it's sitting out in right field with his shorts on. Well, today is Witt's birthday. Student here at Ole Miss. It's in his last semester. Graduates in May. Happy birthday, Witt. Swung on, high fly ball toward left. The left fielder Wrestler looping back in front of the fence, though, will make the catch. Got under it just a little bit too much. One down.
He almost had his 2nd homer of the day. Well, he got a good pitch to hit, too. Just missed it.
I was hoping it may have enough to get out. It was towering shot. And Wrestler able to settle under it. 1 away for Braden Randall, the shortstop. Just turned a double play. Braden with a ground out is 0 for 1 in the game. Left-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. We had worked at a local pizza shop while in school here that Mary and I used to check out a lot. There's a line shot, third base line, and that's going to go out of play for a foul ball, 0-1 count. Had many visits with Witt. Hard to believe he's about to graduate. Ben is on staff out here at Ole Miss. His older brother, 0-1 to Randall. Ground ball right toward the second baseman. Scooped up by Carminelli. He'll throw to first for the out. And you've got 2 down. We also owe you a station ID. Let's pause 10 seconds for that on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Jackson's home for news, traffic, weather, talk, and Ole Miss sports. WFMN Flora Jackson. 97.3 FM. Super Talk, Mississippi.
Well, 4 in a row retired now by the starter, Yusupchuk of Missouri State. 2 in this inning, so he's got 2 outs and nobody on. Apparently went to the mouth on the mound and touched the ball, and the third base umpire over there, Clint Lawson, caught that, said throw that one out, and he threw the ball out. Now he looks at the third base umpire Lawson, licks his hand on the back of the mound, rubs it on his pants as he's looking at him, saying, here's what I'm doing. Federico's pitch in there on a breaking ball for strike 1. 0-1 to Hayden Federico. Ole Miss 7, Missouri State 3. Bottom of the third inning here in Oxford. Game 1 of our 3-game series. Wind blowing in lightly. Brad, that might have affected, this one misses inside for ball 1. That might have affected that home run a moment ago, too.
Yeah,
coming in just a tad.
I think in the spring, you get that south wind. That ball's certainly got a chance to get out of here.
How about this defensive lineup in the outfield?
Yeah, they got him played to pull on the infield. Shaded him the other way on the outfield.
Ground ball to second. Big hopper to Carminelli. He's got it. The second baseman throws to first to Atkinson, and that will end the inning.
That's the first 3 up, 3 down either team's had in this ball game.
And we'll go to the 4th with Ole Miss leading 7-3. Dave's got some scores for you next. This is Rebel Baseball from Learfield.
Hello, my name is John Merrill, the owner of Amada Senior Care. We're your local trusted advisor for senior home care. We provide experienced caregivers for your loved ones so they can remain in their home. Just like you would care for your loved ones, our employees provide assistance with their personal care needs. As your trusted senior advisor, I can help your family navigate the long-term care insurance process. Just call me, John Merrill with Amada Senior Care, for your free in-home consultation. 601-864-3752.
We've sent that Rip Van Winkle guy to the dentist.
Hey, what? Hey, what?
And what's worse than a trip to the dentist? Your wife's paint project that you've put off. Let Seabrook Paint in Jackson and Ridgeland find that Benjamin Moore paint and a contractor that will get you back doing the important things in life, like grilling and watching sports. Seabrook, Benjamin Moore Paint, and a happy wife, happy life. Seabrook Paint in Jackson on Monument and in Ridgeland on West Jackson.
First down.
And the Ad Council.
Rebels with a 7-3 lead over Missouri State as we head to the 4th at Swayze. Dave Pulaski inside the Learfield Network studios, giving you an SEC baseball scoreboard update. Just went final in Jacksonville. Number 2 LSU, after falling behind Indiana 5-4 in the 7th inning, roared back with 9 runs in the top of the 8th. They end up doubling up the Hoosiers 14-7 to remain undefeated on the season. Meanwhile, at Baum-Walker Stadium, number 8 Arkansas leading Xavier 5-2. Number 18 Kentucky pouring it on at Evansville, leading 9-1 over the Purple Aces in the 7th inning. Kent State, a 1-0 lead over number 13 Tennessee in the bottom of the 5th, and Mississippi State, a 5-2 edge over Delaware as they play in the bottom of the 3rd in Starkville. DK?
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. All right, Elliott hopes to keep the score as it is here. Rebels with a 4-run lead. We got that Evansville team coming to Oxford here in a couple of weeks. Pitch up and away for ball 1 to Jax Ryan, the 9-hole hitter, then top of the order, Wrestler and Bogenpole. LSU with a victory, the comeback win over Indiana, now 6-0 on the year. 1-0, low of the dirt ball 2-0. You've got Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Texas A&M, and Mississippi State all unbeaten. Ole Miss and State both 5-0. Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, and Texas A&M are 4-0. Those are the unbeaten teams along with LSU still at this point. The 2-0 pitch. Low inside ball 3. Hunter's just fighting himself. You got Alabama's 4-1, and so is Florida and South Carolina. Arkansas, Auburn, Kentucky, Georgia all 3-1. Missouri 2-2, and Vanderbilt 3-2. Squares the bunt, takes it way up and away, and again, nowhere close. A 4-pitch walk, just like he did in the third inning, Brad.
Yeah, it's not the same Hunter Elliott we're used to seeing, David, and that's got Patrick Colopy up, a left-hander, warming up in that Ole Miss bullpen.
5 walks, 3 hit batters, 8. That's the most in Hunter Elliott's career. 8 free passes, yet he's given up only the 3 runs. Pitching here in the 4th, though, he's at 60 pitches. 3+ innings. Wrestler, top of the order with a single and reached on a fielder's choice. Right-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. Swings and misses on a changeup for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Gabe Wrestler, the left fielder. Single back in the first, later scored the first run of the game. Step and a throw to first, runner gets back. Transferred from Milwaukee, and in 2 seasons for the Panthers of Milwaukee, hit .271 with 10 home runs, 22 doubles, 52 ribbies, 89 runs, 59 walks. He started 111 and 112 games, so he was one of their regular guys. Left to come to Missouri State. The 0-1. Check swing. Close pitch. They go around. They appeal to first and say no. It missed inside, so it's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wrestler. Started his career in junior college, then went to Milwaukee, and now with Missouri State. A lot of movement these days, Hindu. 1-1 to Wrestler. And a pitch. Check swing. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 2. 2-1.
And their first 4 games, they haven't run much as a team. They're 4 of 6. Knight, the DH, has got half of them.
And a pitch. Swing and a miss. Swung through the changeup, looks like, for strike 2. 2-2 count. Well, you know, they have homered, Brad, 159 of the last 190 games in this program. That includes all 4 games this season, now 5 counting this one. They got a home run in this game. So they may be just not a stealing team. They don't want to take the bat out of the next guy's hands.
They're probably wired kind of like very similar to Ole Miss. Just don't want to run into outs when you got some guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
They're ranked 8th nationally with 430 long balls since the beginning of the 2022 season. That's a bunch. Swing and a miss. Got him to swing through that off-speed pitch for the strikeout. 1 down.
4th strikeout for Hunter Elliott now.
You know, part of the credit for all that goes to the head coach, Joey Hawkins, too, because he was their hitting coach for several years before being promoted to head coach. They like to call Missouri State Mo State. Mo State 109 homers last season, which was 4th all-time in school history. And several of those guys are back. 1 on, 1 out to Bogenpole. Step and a throw to first, runner back. So it's kind of like the baseball version of softball. When everybody hits home runs, if you hit a ground ball, you just still go back to the dugout. You know, not even going to run it out, just be an out. But they are low on the steal total. Bogenpole's been hit by a pitch and walked. 2 free passes for him. Lefty on lefty, and his pitch up and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Missouri State, as we talked about in the pregame show, wrapped up their 35th year and their final season in the Missouri Valley Conference. They are now in Conference USA. They last year won the program's 7th regular season championship in the MVC. Went 17-8 in the Valley, 30-25 overall. Just inside for ball 2, 2-0. But they ranked amongst the nation's best power hitting teams, finishing last year 7th nationally, slugging at a percentage of .547 and 12th with 109 home runs. The 2-0 pitch to Bogenpole. Just missed a little bit low. Ball 3. 3-0. He's trying to get his 3rd free pass. He's well on his way up 3-0 down for the 3-hole hitter. Gallert's 0 for 2 with that line out and strikeout. Right-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. The meeting is over. Coach Manger, the pitching coach, goes back to the dugout. First pitch to Gallert. On the way. Swing and a miss. 79 changeup, and he wasn't close on that swing. He's one of those guys that goes back to the 24 game. He was 1 for 3 against the Rebels in 2024 with a single and a walk. 0-1 to Gallert. Up and away, ball 1.
That's kind of been the story of Hunter's day right there. He just cannot locate the fastball. He likes to pitch off that fastball, sets up all his off-speed pitches, but he can't land it to get ahead of hitters.
1-1 on the way. That one's in there for a strike, but fouled away. Good location. 80 on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gallert. Well, double play has helped him. He got one there in the third to escape that after giving up the 2-run home run earlier. Here in the fourth, first and second, 1 down. A double play would get him out of the inning. This is the 75th pitch of the game for Hunter Elliott. Checks his runner and a 1-2. Bounced it in the dirt. Foley blocks it up to keep it there. The runners cannot advance. Count 2-2. 83 that fell short of the plate.
Great block by Austin Foley. It's just a 4-run game, David. That ball gets by. Runners move up. You're out of the double play.
Base hit makes it a 2-run game, doesn't it? 2-2 pitch. Hunter ready. Checks the runner at second. From the belt. Looks again to second base and delivers. Fouled back. Pretty good pitch there. Off speed at 81. It's almost like he's had to give up on the fastball. Ball kicks back out to the mound, and he'll flip it away to the Diamond Girl here on the near side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hunter Elliott named to the preseason Golden Spikes Award watch list. Earned preseason All-American honors from multiple sources. D1 Baseball has Hunter ranked as the 5th best starting pitcher in the nation. All that sounds good. He's fighting like mad here tonight against Missouri State. First and second, 1 down, 2-2 to Gallert. Ole Miss 7, Murray State 3. Missouri State. I said Murray State. Missouri State. Still want that double play ball, Brad. Swung on. Shallow fly ball center field. Running in hard. Federico calling for it. Has it for the out. One good thing about Federico getting used to the outfield and playing, he can really run, Brad. He got a great jump on that.
Yeah, he did. They kind of raved about him once he made the move to center field as far as his angles and his jumps off the bat. And right there, you could see it, David. He had to go a long way in there. Randall was hustling out from shortstop, but he was not going to get there. But a nice job by Fed to get there and get the second out of the inning.
2 down, 2 on for Atkinson, the cleanup hitting first baseman. He's got a hit by a pitch and a walk. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the lineup have gotten at least 1 free pass. Atkinson, lefty on lefty. Elliott kicks, delivers. Ground ball right side, and it's scooped up by Decker. He throws to first for the out, and he got out of it. Doesn't matter how you get to a goose egg, Hindu, if you just have a goose egg inning.
Yeah, he did. Good play by Dom right there. It's kind of on the edge of the dirt. You're kind of worried about it jumping up on you, but he did a nice job of staying down and making a good throw to get the Rebels off the field.
No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left. We put 3.5 in the books, and the Rebels are leading 7-3 as Hunter Elliott escapes a couple of walks in the fourth. Coming up in the bottom of the frame, the Rebels will have the top of the order. This is the Ole Miss Radio Network.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions. All backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. Remind you, business owners, you're considering a succession plan. Service Specialist currently has a great line of CFO and COO candidates looking to connect you with Mississippi-owned and operated businesses. Call Will Martin at 601-898-1085. Service Specialist connecting employers and job candidates in Mississippi since 1967 with 4 locations to best serve you. We're going to have a pitching change for the Bears. Number 21, Trent Ash, will come in from Missouri State. 5'10", 195 from Springfield, Utah, right-hander who transferred in from Bethany Lutheran College. So far on the year, Brad, he's 0-0 with a 2.25 ERA, making his second appearance. He's had 4 innings in relief where he gave up a hit and 2 runs and one of those earned, walking 5 strikeouts in his first outing.
89-92 with the fastball, David. That curveball will be in the mid to upper 70s. Slider will be around 80. Changeup will be in the low 80s. And he'll have to face 1, 2, and 3 from Ole Miss. Already in the 4th inning, Dom Decker's getting his 3rd at bat. So it's a pretty good sign offensively when you lead off guys getting his 3rd at bat in the 4th inning.
And he just got hit. That first pitch right at him. And almost like it was intentional. Obviously didn't want to hit him. Double and a single and a hit by a pitch now for Decker. He's been on base all 3 times. There's a start for the Rebels in the bottom of the 4th. And the batter will be Udemark, who's been hit by a pitch and has a 2-run homer. Yusupchuk gave up the 7 runs on 8 hits. No walks, 1 hit batter, 3 strikeouts. While he was in as a starter, throw to first and runner back. Judd got the 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. His 4th of the year. Swings hard at this one, fouls it off first base side. Heading to the grandstand roof, will hit and roll into the woods. A lot of broken trees out there. Gracious. As much as you want to put some distance between us and the ice storm that live here, it's been, you see signs every day. You get up and drive somewhere, there are trees down, people still swinging a miss on this off-speed pitch for a strike. People still dragging stuff off, and it's been crazy. 0-2 to Udemark. Will Furness is on deck. Ash ready from the stretch and delivers. Swing and a miss. Got that one by him and struck him out. 1 down. Big cut.
Yeah, he got 3 pretty good breaking balls to hit, David. He swung through that last one. He fouled the other 2 off.
That's right where you want it, right, Brad? Just watch the replay.
Just pulled off just enough.
Between the knees and the waist right there. He just didn't quite connect. Will Furness is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a run scored. Left-handed hitter. It's the righty pitcher now. Trent Ash is ready from the stretch. Decker starts to go. Throw to first. He got back in there. I think he was going. He did a little dance. And it was not a great throw. A good throw, and he's probably out.
And Dom's 2 for 2 on the year in stolen bases. They had him leaning, but I think the high throw enabled him to get back under the tag.
Another throw to first, and Decker is back in there. You know, the players went through the ice storm too. Cade Townsend and Hayden Federico were kind of fortunate. They had power come back pretty quickly and had a 2-bedroom apartment, and many as 9 teammates went over there to hang out with them. Another throw to first and the runner back. Hunter Elliott was one of those. He said he tried to pull 2 couches together, and that didn't work so good. He had a sore knee the next day. He said, I called an audible. That air mattresses they were all using, trying to hang out. This pitch misses high for ball 1, so it's kind of I don't know. They handled it really well, Brad, because then Coach B decided to take him to Jackson to get a couple of workouts there at Trustmark. Scrimmage, I think, down there. 1-0 to Furnace. Down low, runner breaks and goes. Well read by Decker. He'll get to second base on ball in the dirt, Brad.
Yeah, perfect read. That's part of the game he brings to this Ole Miss lineup. It's his instincts. Just a baseball guy. The Rebels now have a runner in scoring position. You love that if you're Will Furnace.
Runner at second, 1 down, 2-0 to Furnace. Wild pitch. And a pitch to Furnace. It's upstairs, ball 3. He's ahead 3-0 in the count. In addition to that, the players wanted to help, and they had the advantage of being looked after from the coaching staff and all of that, and so they volunteered to help with the love packs. Ball 4, Furnace is going to walk on 4 pitches, first and second and 1 down. Missouri State, as we got some fresh meat coming in. Don't forget, when you're in Oxford, to go check out LB's Meat Market on University Avenue. It's the fresh cut of Oxford. We'll take a 2-minute break here. Dave may have a couple of more scores to run past you, too, on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions. All backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Rebels up 9-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning and threatening for more as Missouri State goes to the bullpen. Dave Pulaski inside the Learfield Network studios. Time now to give you another SEC baseball scoreboard update. Last chance for Evansville batting in the bottom of the 9th inning. They trail number 18 Kentucky 9-1. Meanwhile, number 13 Tennessee has evened things up with Kent State. It's a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 6th inning in Knoxville. Alabama behind an 8-run second inning is clobbering Rhode Island up 13-0 in the bottom of the 4th in Tuscaloosa. Meanwhile, number 21 Oklahoma playing in their newly renovated stadium. They're up 10-1 over Coppin State in the 4th inning. Mississippi State maintaining a 7-2 lead over Delaware in the bottom of the 4th inning. Missouri with a 1-0 lead over New Haven, playing their first game as a Division I program. They came over from D2 last year, joined the Northeast Conference, playing in Fort Myers, and right now the Tigers up 1-0 in the 3rd inning against the Chargers of New Haven. They're also in the middle of the 1st inning in Gainesville. Number 12 Florida and Kennesaw State are scoreless. Finals from earlier today. Number 2 LSU doubles up Indiana in Jacksonville 14-7. Army gets a win over South Carolina 9-5. Vanderbilt a 16-5 clobbering over Marist in an 8-inning run rule victory there. And number 14 Georgia defeats Samford 11-1. As we send you back to Swayze with DK and Hendu. Guys,
thank you very much. Georgia goes to 4-1 now. Vanderbilt with a victory to 4-2, and South Carolina taking a loss to Army falls to 4-2. That's high for a ball. Snap throw down to second behind the runner, but it's high and back in there with no trouble is Reuter. Foley at the plate with runners at first and second, 2 down. And Brad, the new pitcher is Aiden Shell. He wears number 14. He spells his first name A-D-Y-N. He spells Shell S-C-H-E-L-L. He's from Canada.
Yeah, two-way guy, Dave. He's a freshman. He threw 7 pitches in his only outing on Saturday. He's a 2-pitch guy, fastball slider.
The 1-0 to Foley. Up and in for ball 2, 2-0. Ole Miss has Pasella at first, Reuter at second base. 2 runs already in, and on the double a moment ago by Reuter. 2 outs. Shell delivers. Strike call, and that was outside. Gracious. Breaking ball that ran off the plate. Foley took it. It was a good eye. It should be a 3-0 count. Home plate umpire called it a strike. 2-1 to Foley. Shell delivers. There's a strike, and a count 2-2. So Austin will have to guard the dish here. Bottom half of the fourth. Ole Miss 9, Missouri State 3. The 2-2 pitch. On the way. This downstairs, now it's a full count. Cloudy skies, no threat of rain. Temperature starting to drop, feeling a little bit cooler here at Swayze. Got some folks with some blankets they're pulling out and longer sleeve stuff. Students packed out there in right field. The full count to Foley. Swing and a miss. Got him challenged with an upstairs fastball, and he will strike out to end the inning. So Shell comes in and snuffs it out here in the fourth, though. The Rebels get the 2 runs, and they did it on the 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 men left stranded. After 4, score. Ole Miss 9, Missouri State 3. We head to the top of the 5th next. This is Rebel Baseball from Learfield.
Jack Hoffman here with Tico Steakhouse. At Tico Steakhouse, tradition is always on the menu, and now that tradition lives in 2 locations. Ridgeland off County Line Road and in Oxford on the Square. Known for the finest cuts of meat, the perfect sear, and hospitality that feels like home, Tico's is where memories are made every day. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion, hosting a big game win, or even simply enjoying a great meal with friends and family, Tico Steakhouse is the place. Come taste the legacy, savor the tradition.
In life and in business, one thing is certain. Change. That's why Pilium Corporation is ready to keep you ahead of the curve on ever-evolving technology, critical for your company's security and growth. To that end, the Pilium team offers IT support and security and forensics, plus cloud services and networking, mobile communications, body cams, in-car video systems, and real-time crime center technology. Pileum.com. Smart people, smart business, smart solutions.
We're back in Oxford heading to the Ford 5th inning. It's brought to you by your Mississippi Ford dealers and the Ford F-150, the official truck of the Ole Miss Rebels and America's best-selling trucks for 47 straight years. David Kellum, Brad Henderson with you here in Oxford. Dave Pulaski in our studios for Learfield at Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Been checking on some scores for us. So you're for the SEC, right? It means more. But I have trouble pulling against Army, Navy, and Air Force, South Carolina. You want those people to be successful, right?
Yeah, Dave talked about that moment earlier in that game. I saw the clip of that. Pretty good moment there in the second inning as South Carolina went over and shook their whole team's hand.
Pretty cool. Well, Hunter Elliott's back out there again, Brad.
Yeah, see if he can find it this 5th inning. He's obviously gets to work with a 6-run lead. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 in this Missouri State lineup.
Bergman, 5-hole hitting catcher. 1 for 1, takes pitch high for a ball. In the first inning, he got a bases loaded hit by a pitch for an RBI, and then the first pitch he saw in the third after a leadoff walk was a 2-run home run over the left field wall, his 2nd of the year. 1-0 to Bergman. Elliott delivers. Swing and a miss on a changeup for strike 1. 80 pitches now for Hunter Elliott.
Yeah.
And you look at his line, Brad, it's 4 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs earned, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 hit batters, 9 free passes. He bounces that one in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, he's been able to minimize damage, and that's kind of what Hunter does, but I think he'll tell you certainly wasn't his day. That was pitch number 81. He's thrown 39 strikes out of 81 pitches.
2-1 to Bergman. Change up, swing and a miss for strike 2. It's just that when he gets that one over, it's just so hard to put it in play. The Bears have taken advantage of his wildness. The 2-2 to Bergman. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Said, well, you didn't like the previous one. I'm going to give you another one. So he starts off the 5th inning with a strikeout. Only the 2nd inning of the 5 that he's gotten the leadoff guy. That will be strikeout number 5 for Hunter Elliott.
Yeah, he stayed with that changeup, didn't he, DK?
Yeah.
That was a good one right there. Good to get that leadoff hitter.
Max Knight, the DH, the batter now. Max Knight is over 2 with a strikeout and a line out. We're going to put a shift on him with 3 infielders on the right side. In fact, Decker is out in the outfield, playing short outfield. He's way out there. Here's the pitch. Comes a fastball strike on the outer edge. That's a good location. That's the pitch that Brad talked about earlier. He's just had trouble locating the fastball. 0-1 to Max Knight. 85th pitch for Hunter Elliott coming up, which was about the number they were shooting for. Swing and a miss, breaking ball away for strike 2. They were probably hoping that'd get a little bit deeper in the game, so this might be it for Hunter. Right-hander throwing in the bullpen. 1 down, 0-2 to Knight. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, right side. That's out in the outfield grass. Decker's got it. Long throw to first for the out. So it goes through the dirt, then it hits the grass, so you got to let it go through both elements before you pick it up.
Yeah, I would want no part of that because any kind of bobble or anything, you got no shot.
And then you got the lip, too, Brad, you're dealing with.
Yep, but he played it perfectly. They had him positioned perfectly.
And a grass field, there's also a dip. We're talking about a lip and a little bit of a dip to let water drain. Dom says, don't tell me all that later. I don't want to hear that. Just want to make a play. 2 down for Sutherland. And he'll take a strike. Hunter Elliott all of a sudden retired 4 of the last 5 he's faced in 4 in a row.
He's looking to have his first 1-2-3 inning.
0-1 to Sutherland. Struck out swinging in the first, walked in the third. And the pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss for strike 2. Change up there.
He's kind of stayed with that pitch against Sutherland. Change up away.
No balls, 2 strikes to Sutherland. 2 outs, nobody. Third base umpire Clint Lawson said, nope, didn't go around. And a 1-2 pitch. Check swing again. That not quite as far around. A breaking ball misses away for ball 2. 2-2 count. Terminelli ranked 2nd in the A-Sun conference he was in last year with Central Arkansas. Hit .395 in the league. Played 94 games there and hit .345 career-wise. And now is at Missouri State. The 2-2 swung on, line left center. That's going to be trouble. Base hit. Federico will grab it and bring it in. Rounding second and scoring is Sutherland. And you got a 2-out rally here by Missouri State after a strikeout and a ground out. They get a double and an RBI single, and it's now 9-4. And that's going to be it for Elliott.
Yeah, I was going to say, they gave him that last couple batters to try and get out of the inning, but that pitch count getting up there. So Coach B going to go ahead and go to the bullpen.
Only the 4th hit, but it's been all the other stuff, Brad, that's given Hunter some problems. 6 walks, 3 hit batters.
Yeah, command was not good today, David, but he was able to work out of several jams. And obviously his offense picked him up so far in this game, as the Rebels still lead this by 5, but we're going to go to the bullpen, see Hudson Calhoun enter the game.
So Hunter Elliott will not go through the qualifying 5 innings in this one. That has not happened to him as a starter since the 9th game last year against Tennessee, where he went 4 innings. He put together 8 straight starts where he's going 5 or more innings. That'll be it for Hunter Elliott. And he gets a nice round of applause. The new pitcher coming in. We'll take a 2-minute break on the Ole Miss Radio Network.
The right field terrace isn't just a place. It's a vibe where the red and blue roar among home run showers, sending opponents into delirium and bringing the energy to Swayze Field. This Ole Miss tradition is brought to you by Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 49 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Rebels, only at your Mississippi Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2025 total sales.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Ole Miss pride. When I'm carrying the Ole Miss Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Ole Miss gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra hottie toddy from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Rebels to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes every moment cheering on your team even better. Plus, the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is Rocky Mountain cold. So you never have to guess if your Coors Light is ready to drink. So crack one open, take a sip, and enjoy the game. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 Live Teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a Live Teller near you at cadencebank.com/Live Teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Pitchers Hudson Calhoun, he fires a bullet in there for a strike as Jax Ryan takes the pitch. A little check swing there. 9-hole hitters walk twice. Batting here with a runner first and 2 down, 1 run in. Hunter Elliott's night's over after 4 2/3. Rebels leading 9-4 in the ballgame. Calhoun comes back with another hard slider, looked like. What are we going to see out of Hudson?
Yeah, you've seen back-to-back cutters right there from Huddy, but the fastball, the four-seamer, can go low to mid-90s. He'll throw a slider around 80 and a changeup as well. But back-to-back sliders so far to Jax Ryan.
6'4" junior from Tupelo, Mississippi, the righty. Hudson Calhoun, he'll turn and throw to first base. Second appearance of the year. He got a save. 3 2/3, 4 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts, no walks against Nevada. On the stretch, after throwing to first, he's ready again and delivers. Misses low for ball 1. 1-2 to Jax Ryan, the 9-hole hitter. Hudson Calhoun pitched in game 1, followed Hunter to go a career high 3 2/3 and a career high in hits with 4, but normally not gone quite that long, but did a nice job. No runs allowed. Struck out 5. Ground ball left side. Randall's got, oh wow, it hit the lip and skipped past him. He was moving over, reaching for it. Looked like he was obviously going to get it. Now the runner's going to round third and head to the plate. Randall throws a 2-hopper there, but not in time. That hit the lip of the infield grass and then stayed flat on Randall and scooted through. Well, what an at-bat for Jax Ryan. So he ends up at second base. And that's the second run of the inning. An RBI for him, and it's 9-5. That run will be credited to Hunter Elliott.
Yeah, it took 2 big hops, and then the minute it hit the dirt, it just stayed down. Kind of awkward bounce there. Ray Randall unable to corral it.
He gets a single, advances to second on the throw. But an RBI is first of the year. This one's fouled off third base side for strike 1 of the leadoff.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.